not looking strong, and you thought that they were going to win either a 2-0 or a 2-1. Looking like there's a possibility of it Team Empire, they're going to come out looking strong, and you thought that they were going to win the last game that we saw.
I mean, what can I say? It's me.
Fair enough. That's all you got to say. Na'Vi, they're going to look at something a little bit different this time. They're going to take away the clockwork from Miposhka and also run a disruptor this time around. So maybe a bit more team fight, a bit more of a hero that can make an impact, hopefully, for Seneko. How'd you feel about the Skywrath Mage? Did you like it?
Turn to ban.
I mean, I like the idea, but like you saw, it just wasn't quite there. They never really got anything going. Every time they tried to set up a kill, it was just read like a book. You know, they tried to kill Chappie four times, never succeeded. Ended up losing more than they would have liked. Like, probably like 2 to 3 heroes every time, and it just got out of control. I feel like right now the problem with Na'Vi is that their draft feels like it's kind of all over the place. You know, they don't really have a strategy that they're familiar with. They just kind of go with the flow. They pick heroes and then they hope to play the game out like that. It doesn't feel like there's any real direction.
5 seconds
Whereas Team Empire, there is, you know, a direction they want to be taking, and that direction is to just kill you all over the map, and they succeed every single time so far. So Team Empire, I don't really see much they need to change, but Na'Vi, they have to make some adjustments.
For sure, I think so, and maybe another hero that helps to give vision, and I think that's why they ended up taking this clockwork early on here. It felt like that was one of the big problems that they ran into, was that it was like constantly being hemmed in, and like you know, Empire just a couple steps ahead, and possibly if you have that rocket flare, you can just spam out, look at everything that's going on around the map, then you're going to be able to, you know, make better informed decisions. But we'll have to wait and see if indeed that's going to be the case. It is going to also be a Lich taken. Oh god, it's frustrating.
Bloodseeker.
Whoa.
All they need is the Venomancer, and we'll have a great lineup here.
Yeah, that was... Who was it that ran that yesterday? I'm not sure if I remember who it was, but it was Bloodseeker Venomancer, and they just ran at them and kept on finding kill after kill after kill after kill.
Oh, that game. I don't remember now.
I'm looking back through them, see if I can.
I think didn't Team Empire play a Bloodseeker? Or no, sorry, I think that was Vega. They played Bloodseeker on G, and then they had a offlane Necrolite or something.
Yep, offlane Necro and Lifestealer Silencer. Every game has had a Earthshaker either picked or banned in it, pretty much, which is also a thing. That hero is still so freaking good, even in spite of the nerfs.
Let's see what Empire have up their sleeves this time around. I think for me, whenever it comes to a Bloodseeker, I think it's best to actually like pick heroes that can get ruptured, but don't have to worry about it too much. Although I don't think that kind of hero really exists. You just kind of build around it, like build items around it.
Yeah. I'm wondering if you even just like take a Medusa or something like that. Something for the, you just don't care if you get reps. You just stand there and look at them. You know?
Oh, okay. That's actually a good one. That's a good call. Thank you.
You like that idea?
I like that idea.
Let's see if they want to go for it. I mean, because if you do end up like rupturing somebody and then they force to run away a little bit, then you can glimpse it back, and it's even worse than it was. I guess this is the other route.
This is the other route. Yeah. This is also a hero that can do that.
I feel like FN. I would not if I was. I will. All right, let me put it this way. I think that FN is the type of player that wants to play like a super mobile, like super high skill level hero, and Viper is not that hero. Viper is not a fun hero to play.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put Chappie on it. He'll probably be like, I don't want to play this. You do it, Chappie.
I can see this being a Chappie hero. They already banned out the Meepo in the first phase.
You know, the thing too is, I think the other reason why they probably picked Bloodseeker is to somewhat eliminate the Mirana without having to ban it. I think Bloodseeker does very well against that hero.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I guess the other thing I'm wondering is if it's going to be Bloodseeker played out of the mid lane still, because Viper kind of makes that less appealing also, just because of how much you can dominate the lane with Viper. I guess that if you're able to like really heavily out CS him, then maybe you could just regen through all the harassment that comes your way anyways.
You mean Bloodseeker against Viper?
Yeah.
I think Viper will still out harass you.
Yeah.
Maybe not at level 1, but I think once you get Nether Toxin, then that's definitely the case.
All right, you called this as well in the earlier series that we might be seeing an Enchantress later on, and it's going to be the Roger specialty.
This hero. I mean, I did say he could play it, but I'm not a fan.
10 seconds remaining.
I hope they pick up a Doom now or something like that. Like
5 seconds remaining.
Actually, no. I think it is pretty much just a Doom.
I think Vanscore used to play that back in the day, actually. Or they could do a Doom Lich off lane. Ooh, old school.
PL.
That's the Chappie hero, actually. I'm pretty sure. Maybe FN plays it also. I know I've seen Chappie take it for them before.
You know, at this rate, with the Team Empire's like lineup, they can really mess up Navi's lanes like really badly, even with an Enchantress on the other side. Because I think you can always do something along the lines of mid Earthshaker, and then you can off lane your Lich and Viper, for example. Because
Really?
I think that Earthshaker actually does pretty well against a Bloodseeker, and then if you have a Lich Viper in the off lane, whatever carry is there is not going to have a great time. And then Phantom Lancer doesn't do the best against Clockwork, but he can't exactly die to a Clockwork Enchantress either. So.
Radiant team
Last pick. We'll see if it's going to be that. Well, no, they're going to instead go for the Axe. So it does maybe put them a little bit less of like a lane dominant situation. Would you say that? Or I guess that they can still do really well with like Axe Lich dual off lane against whatever safe lane heroes there too.
Yeah, that is still an option. I don't think it actually weakens their lanes. It gives them more options because I think Viper and Axe are both like pretty good laners for the most part. I think there's like an Ursa pick that could happen that Axe will struggle with, but for the most part he's not going to be too worried, especially since there's a Lich backing him up.
Okay. Well, last pick now from Na'Vi. They're kind of lacking team fight, it's got to be said. Like Static Storm is there, but particularly Enchantress and Bloodseeker, they kind of are a little bit sketchy in that regard. I guess if you get a really good Static Storm down, then you could lay a Blood right over the top of it and have like a, I don't know, 15-second silence or something crazy, or however long it is.
That's like very unlikely to happen.
Yeah, totally.
They really do need a team fight hero. I wonder if they're gonna go for something weird here.
Invoker, maybe, but then you have like a safe lane Bloodseeker. I think it has to be something like that though, but then that takes so long as well.
Gyro.
Lena.
No, not Lena. Not like this.
This is not what you thought would be
this
good.
This is not what I like to see.
Talk to me. What's the problem with Lena here? I guess here's a better way to put it. Why do you think they felt like they had to go Lena?
Wait, before I answer that, look, I called it. FN is making Chappie play Viper. Chappie is a true team player. Yeah. If you're willing to play the boring heroes for your mid laner, you are a team player.
There you go.
Bravo to Chappie.
Well done.
But yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about this Lena. I honestly don't know what really comes to mind when you end up picking at this Lena, because it's not even like you're expecting him to do great in the lane, right? You're kind of expecting it to be a mid Viper,
right? And
even if it isn't a mid Viper and it's a PL, for example, it's pretty good, but nothing special. PL is going to end up farming. Most likely, you're going to get your lane denied by a Lich as well. So, in the once the mid game comes around, I don't really see this Lena being able to do too much. You have a disruptor as well as a Clockwork to set you up, but if you're ever caught out, I mean, that's the end of you.
Yeah. I guess maybe part of the idea too is a hero that can help to deal with like PL in the mid game ish. Like you can clear illusions and then blow them up with the Laguna Blade or something. By the way, Chappie has left the game. He's like, no, I'm not playing Viper. Screw you guys. But yeah, it's maybe possibly gonna be a tough one for Na'Vi this game. Because now it's Bloodseeker versus Lich Axe, right?
That's what I expect to happen. Maybe they'll dodge, but being able to dodge these lanes seem to be very unlikely. I think Empire will do something to see where people are going before the waves even come out and be prepared to make rotations if necessary.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. We're getting ready to hop into this one. Everybody off and smoking around the map. It is going to be Snako placing down an early ward. Paposhka is also going to be placing one down himself. So they'll pass by each other. Snako should be able to get one down here. We'll see where Maposhka decides to place his. Kind of an interesting spot there. And if he runs into the Disruptor, they might attempt to de-ward up here on the high ground and miss this one possibly. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
So this is where it's important. The smoke's going to run out. This ward is going to spot out these two heroes, so they know exactly where everyone's going to be, and they can make adjustments if necessary. So the Bloodseeker spots out the Axe, and he might be considering, buying a TP or leaving the lane. But I mean, Empire has succeeded before the first wave comes out. They've done what they needed to, and I think it's like smooth selling in terms of laning for them.
Yeah. Well, an Axe picking up the poor man's shield. Not often that you end up seeing that. Usually ends up trying to build into a Vanguard or something else instead, but maybe a signal that Ghostic wants to get an early Blink Dagger and start moving around the map and making stuff happen. Make sure that you really can dominate this lane.
The other thing about this ward that Maposhka plays is that it doesn't block any of the camps, but it's very likely that this is where Roger's going to start. So as long as they can see where the enchantments are moving around, they really don't have to feel threatened by any kind of rotations.
Yeah.
Because he's really the only one who can make things happen.
And they'll know if he ends up going mid because he's not showing up there on the top side as well. So, yeah, very good stuff there. It is going to be a creep block here by General as well, as Roger waits for the first round of camps to spawn. We'll see what that ends up being for him. And Benscore is actually just going to come into the mid lane, sit here, and deny Dendi. That's going to be frustrating. A Wildkin, not the best. Is it ever worth it just to try and, is he just going to tornado and leave it there the entire time?
Yeah. It's the best thing you can do. But, well, it's not going to be there in time. It looks like...
Oh!
Wait, tornado?
All right, Dendi, first blood with a little bit of help from the dancing man over there to the side. Look at him go. He's super happy.
Did they show... I don't know if they showed too much respect to the tornado or what. Maybe they should have just chased after him, but that tornado does so much damage.
Yeah.
Get back.
Ain't no joke. I don't normally expect to see that much coming out from a tornado or that much effectiveness, but that comboed together with all of the creeps in the area, and now Maposhka waiting for that opening. They can go for a block. Easy peasy. And Dendi going down.
Great play from Maposhka, making absolutely sure that there's no way he's going to deny himself to the Ancients.
Yep.
But hey, this is an Empire ritual, right? Chappie fed first blood last game. Did it again this game, but gonna win the game, perhaps.
FN, Doppelganger on cooldown. They are not going to be able to do it. You can still Doppelganger out of the net, I guess. Snare works that way. And they're just gonna back out again.
This is some great pressure coming out of Navi right now, though. Rogers and Enchantress putting in a lot of work. This tier 1 taking a ton of damage. Gonna be sending off the skeletons.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Now the battery assault as well, able to bait out the Doppelganger, and now they're gonna have a hoof stomp as well. 2 second stun coming out from that one. FN in trouble. They have all the vision in the world, and he accepts his fate.
He just stops the movie.
All right,
oh,
Navi.
Yeah, so far, good. Proving me wrong.
Temperature.
Well, Clockwork, 900 gold in the bank as well. He's having a great start.
Navi doing really well right now, proving me wrong, showing that their lanes can work out.
Yeah. And Roger here is going to be able to pick up a second Satyr Tormentor as well if he wants to. So the double Hadoukens are going to be in full force. It's a lot of damage. 160.
Oh, mid lane. I think Dendi saw him. He's getting really frustrated. Drawing it out. The Poshka can come out, not going to hit the block.
Well played by Dendi. Not getting caught by that one. Now the question is, will they be able to find themselves FN up here in the top lane for the kill? Does have only 1 point in that doppelganger, and will the dodge away from one? Won't be able to dodge away from the other. But that will stop the pressure right there.
This is important, though. Roger is doing what he set out to do. He's putting a lot of pressure on FN, so this Phantom Lancer not going to have a good start at all. Only has 8 CS in 4 minutes. Not the type of game FN likes to have.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it's going to get a whole hell of a lot easier. Does have enough gold right now to go pick up the poor man's shield if he wants, but he's just going to keep on taking these punches to the face by virtue of the shockwave. Still 2 left on each of them. Not to mention just the aura and how good it is.
Oh, this is all over the place.
It's like a little mini game in and of itself. General
Here we
level
go,
4.
and here it comes again. He's trying to bait out the doppel.
Give him the old 1-2. But it's going to be a tower taken at sub 5 minutes, it looks like, is Navi ready to make this happen. Seneko is moving up to the top lane as well, so maybe they can find a punish here, and well, FN, he's going to end up dropping here. They end up finding that kill, and now more coming their way. Seneko does have glimpse, but just outside of range. Earthshaker's able to escape.
This is a great start from Navi. Roger is pretty much carrying the team with this Enchantress right now.
Yeah, felt like he had to turn it up against his old teammates. Ghostic, in the meantime, going to try and run down Crystallize here. He does have a call, but with not many creeps around, they don't want to end up going for it. Seneko.
What? That is so unlucky for FN.
33 damage.
Dies to the Vul Assassin. FN has got to be like so upset about that.
Yeah, now they found Vanscore also slowed down, right-clicked. This should be a dead Lich here, I think. There's no way for him to get away, and 4-1 start, 3,000 gold lead for Navi. And we shouldn't have doubted. Making this look easy.
Their one lane that was supposed to dominate is not really dominating. Like, you're playing as Lina against the Viper Lich, and you managed to hit level 6 at the same time. Well, not really the same time, but you're only a little bit behind the Viper. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. It makes me wonder even if, like, did they need to keep the Lich there? Could they have sent the Lich down bottom maybe and then tried to shut down the Bloodseeker a little bit more instead?
No, I don't think so. I think like keeping him there is fine, but unfortunately, you know, Lich just doesn't really offer too much except for annihilating one lane, and all he can really do is try to shut down the Lina. I think Lina is the best target to shut down, not the Bloodseeker.
Fair enough. They're going to be going for a pull here. Aposhka, as well as stacking up the camp. This could be a nice thing to pick up for Ghostic a little bit later on, as he's going to run at Seneko. There's the call, and maybe going to be able to find the kill, but the counterplay comes in. General there creates some problems as Ghostic is going to fall. Well played. Navi just have all the answers ready.
General and Roger just putting the team on their back right now. Both of them are playing spectacularly this game. Roger's almost level 6 as a roaming Enchantress. That's a very big deal.
And this is the type of hero that can start taking off once you get decent amounts of farm in him. Going for the Hand of Midas next, as the wraparound could come shortly. We'll see if they decide to push out the creep wave there. It's just going to be a fissure to the face for Dendi.
Healing power.
But 8 minutes in, 5-1 so far, and top net worth all held by Navi with the exception of the Viper. who's second in net worth.
Both of them denying the rune.
So is this the answer for Navi? Just have Roger run around and make things happen for you early?
It's a solid game plan compared to the other one.
Yeah.
At least there is, you know, an answer for the early game.
Oh no, Ghost Stick. He does have Tranquils, trying to juke, trying to drive, trying to get out of there, but I think he's going to die. They have Hookshot to follow, able to catch him. Battery Assault is there, and he is gone. Maybe a TP rotation in. FN wants to get it. I don't know if they're going to be able to take him down, because now they have a Rupture, and FN just going to have to eat that.
That was a good try by Miposhka, but General just completely outplayed both of them. Miposhka knew that he would have to either block him off with a fissure or block him off. He has to block him off with a fissure first and then body block the hook afterwards, but unfortunately missing both of those, so Axe does end up going down.
Crystallize has already been able to finish off a hand of Midas. Brown Boots Midas. And not a great way to punish it either. Team Empire in a very tough situation now. So if you're Na'Vi at this stage, what is it that you need to try and do to sort of secure this lead a little bit? Because it does sort of feel like if they get picked off a few times, it could swing very heavily back into the favor of Empire.
I think what they should focus on right now is shutting down the Axe as well as the PL. I think you leave the Viper. I think Viper is something that you can't really deal with unless for some odd reason he's like completely out of position. You rupture him and have your Lina there. But I think the Viper pretty much is someone you have to leave alone. Just focus on the other two cores.
Okay. Let's see if they do that. Probably just a combo of like, what, Enchantress roaming into their lane then and causing issues, or I guess maybe once Disruptor gets 6?
I think you make kills happen with General. Like, you want at least someone with General, and he'll set you up kills, and then hopefully from there you can actually convert it into towers and Pushka. Almost going down. Ooh, that was so close.
Yeah, he's barely going to live there. Glimpse already having been used, so Disruptor not able to find that kill. Now General, as well as the Disruptor in the area, they ping out where they think the Axe might be, and Axe is going to be forced to go up to the top lane. Still a bit more than 1,000 gold away from Blink Dagger. But instead, they have been able to find themselves a Viper. I don't know if this is the kill that they want to try and go for, and in fact, Champion might just be able to turn this around onto them. He has 11 stick charges available. He's even able to save those. Meanwhile, the call, a little bit off the mark. So Disruptor gets away.
No, this is why you got to focus on the other cores and not the Viper. Viper is just so annoying to deal with. It's very difficult to get a kill on him, especially with the way he's itemized. He's always walking around with Strength Treads. He's got the Ring of Aquila, Wand, as well as the Ogre Club. So extremely tanky Viper right now.
Yeah.
Denied.
In the meantime, Dendy's been able to finish off his Arcanes. He's getting a decent away towards the Bloodstone as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under
as
attack.
they start to try and pressure for the tower. They have a catapult here as well.
They have a Chain Frost, so be careful.
Yeah, but they did spot out that the Lich is there with this Observer Ward that's down on the high ground, so...
Oh, here we go. Top lane, FN. In a lot of trouble right now. He's going to get ruptured. Oh, goodbye, FN.
Yeah,
buy your items.
He's going to be able to buy out a little bit. Doppelganger as well, but at the end of the day, it wasn't going to be enough. They find that kill. Still, though, not too many towers going down. It's just the tier 1 in the top lane that's been taken so far by Na'Vi.
Well, as long as they keep up this kind of pressure, the tower should be coming through. General.
Yeah, the
pings out Ghost Stick. Here they come, the rest of the team. Oh, he misses the hook though.
Well played by Ghost Stick. He is going to end up getting the call there. Tries to turn and fight See if he can make something happen. They have Lich in the area now, as well as that Earthshaker trying to find the kill. Chain Frost going to bounce, but it doesn't go to Seneko. So the tally is Ghost Stick for General, but Ghost Stick died first.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Empire are behind, so that trade for them definitely favorable for them. Pull out with a little bit more gold.
Seneko, the sole hero down here in the bottom lane. Miposhka still has Echo Slam available, as well as a Fissure if they want to try and go on this with Ghost Stick back up soon. And we're going to have to watch where Seneko goes as they put themselves in position for the gank. There's going to be the Fissure to block him off. Now walking forward, the glimpse, it comes, but they're still just going to be able to echo and find that kill. Now the runaway, Miposhka might end up having to give his life away for this. Nope, cancel TPs.
Yeah, that's a little too difficult to TP into that, especially with the Axe still in the area and potential TP support since the tier 1 is still there. Trying to find FN right now though. Are they going to be able to get him? General is getting blocked by his own creep.
Yeah.
Still getting blocked.
He's just going to walk over here, though, and ready to go on anybody that happens to show up. But nobody wants to be there. It's the second Midas now taken for Na'Vi, so they're gearing up for the late game as they're ready to assault the tier 2 tower in the top. But they need to be careful because Ghost Stick Blink Dagger is going to be on the way shortly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think they really need the Blink Dagger on Axe as well as Earthshaker. Right now, they just don't really have a way to team fight until they have these items up. Na'Vi taking advantage of that. Going to be pushing down these towers before those items come up.
And if they can get into that next tier of items, Na'Vi, before Empire are able to finish off their blinks, could be quite bad, particularly that Radiance on Bloodseeker, which is about 300 gold away from finishing the Relic. General, he might end up running into Ghost Stick here in the jungle. They're going to break the smoke there, and Seneko spots him out. Quick jump. They have all the vision in the world, and it's going to be pulled in there, but a Fissure comes out as well. Static Storm down. Still going to be dead Ghost Stick as they missed the hook shot there. Dendi also spotting out Vanscore. I think that they get out. Glimpse there. Nah, he's going to go down. So 2 quick kills, and those are on the 2 targets. You need a lot of gold for Team Empire.
Yeah, those are 2 important pickoffs. Delays the Blink Dagger, and once again, without the Blink Daggers, there's just really no way they can fight. And I like this Midas pickup from Roger. He is going to be able to do some good damage, especially with how much he's been farming.
Yeah. And I mean, the biggest thing here is just FN really struggling too. I mean, it's one thing if you don't have a blink on your initiators, but it's a second thing if even if you did find an initiation, you're not able to do anything about it. So FN back to try and get himself some more farm. 10-4. It's around a 7,500 net worth lead. They've been able to find themselves a disruptor. This is a nice kill here, and Seneko is going to end up giving away 400 gold. An indication of how far behind they are.
Definitely a good kill. General stops FN's TP, but breaks his invis in return. Doesn't end up finding anything with it.
Still there with the blade mail as well. But you can just see that they have to like play basically hugging each other the entire time. Viper does have a 4-staff that's coming out to him, so Empire is starting to get into the items that they need. Do you feel like Na'Vi are playing a bit too passive right now, or do you think that this is an okay pace for the game?
I think for now it's still okay. They're definitely far enough ahead that they don't have to worry too much. They're not in a rush to do anything. Like, look at your Enchantress. Roger's just farming up here. Doesn't really care. About to finish Dragonlance as well. And Dendi finishing Bloodstone. Almost finishes with the Shadow Blade as well. Radiance up in 500 gold. So I think they'll probably farm for maybe a minute or so, and then they're going to make moves. But big smoke coming out. Going to make the catch on Seneko.
The turnaround, though. Echo comes out. It's not quite enough damage. General trying to get out of there as well. They only found 1 kill, not necessarily what they would have loved, I'm sure. And Chappie now in trouble. He does have a TP, but they're going to be able to get him regardless at this point. Light Strike Array, wait for that to be there. No chance of a TP away. So that was not the blink reveal that they wanted. All they get is a Disruptor for the cost of Viper and Earthshaker.
Yeah, losing your Viper there really hurts. Like, I think I underestimated the Rupture damage. He really has to stand still. If you move too much, he only moved about 600 units, and that thing still chunked him for about 40% of his life, maybe more.
Well, that's the strength of this lineup, and particularly a Bloodseeker when he starts getting out of hand. Level 2 Rupture already. Just glimpsing FN to be a butthead. Almost at the Diffusal Blade. He does go for the Treads build as well, so this is going to be a PL that can fight a little bit more early than he might have been able to otherwise.
I think he kind of has to fight at this point. Yeah. They need him to fight. Otherwise, they're never gonna catch up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they need everyone to be able to fight. They gotta buy fighting items.
And it is still a sort of squishy, like, Bloodseeker. He has that talent that's so good, the 225 health talent, but he only has Treads, Midas, Radiance. So there are ways still to kill this guy pretty quickly if they can manage to find a good initiation. But it's also going to depend upon Earthshaker getting his Blink Dagger, and he's still around 800 gold away from completing it.
Well, he's got the Aegis now, so even if he is kind of squishy, you're going to have to kill him twice.
Yep. Alright, let's see if it happens. They are walking to the south. Dendy Shadow Bladed. They jump forward, find the initiation on the Disruptor. He's gone. Can they translate this into anything further? Dendy looking for that opening, able to find it. Light Strike Array is there. That's already going to be the dead axe, though, and now FN forced the Doppelganger away. Chain Frost bouncing. It's actually going back and forth between General and Dendy, but they don't have enough damage. That's going to be 2 more kills. Crystallize going to live through that, as well as Chappie just tries to get his way out. But it's just, they keep on not being able to find anything besides the Disruptor.
Yes.
I think if you're fine with that if you're Snako.
Middle tower is under attack.
He's definitely happy with that. It's just so hard for PL to fight right now. He doesn't even have his Diffusal Blade, and he just finished it, but he gets ruptured every single time.
Yeah. Well, Navi certainly playing this one well. Dendy having a much better game. He was 0-7 last time, 6-1-0 this time. Quite the turnaround.
Yeah, this is the kind of farming game you want to have as Lina.
Yeah.
Go all over the place, combo up, wave after wave, and you just build up this enormous lead. He is going to finish Boots of Travel as well now, so he's going to be able to split push.
Not to mention, maybe give a Bloodstone deny to heal back up his team and then TP back in afterwards. 19 Bloodstone charges. He'll be returning very quickly if he does end up going down. And meanwhile, wonderful Crystallize doing his best Naga Siren impression with those illusions.
Looks like Navi want to make use of this Aegis. Gonna be going for that last tier 2. I think that's probably gonna be as much as they get out of this Aegis.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe a little bit of damage on the tier 3.
Earthshaker, no mana, no HP. He's gonna have to go back home. Otherwise, they might have thought about being able to fight. And it looks like they're all getting out of there. Blink Dagger done. Is this the point where Empire try and go in and actually take a fight themselves, or do you try and wait out the Aegis?
I think you wait out the Aegis. It's too difficult to fight into the Aegis. I mean, you saw what happened to them, right? They managed to kill off the Disruptor without him casting anything, and they still lost the fight.
Yeah.
Horribly.
FN going to be able to bait out the hook shot. Now TP back. Oh, and now no hook shot. Maybe an opening here. He is going to get ruptured again. FN, not what you would love to see, but now the Chain Frost bounce in only one time. Not really as much damage as they would have wanted. Roger's still a liver. They take down the Earthshaker as well before he gets any spells off. Vanscore is gonna die. It is all falling apart here for Empire. Na'Vi taking full advantage and gonna be taking a tier 3 tower as well.
Some great plays by Roger. He's so tanky right now. And all he's got is Wand and Dragonlance, but with the Nature's Attendant, I mean, Empire were struggling to finish him off.
Yeah.
Especially since he's got that level 4 untouchable. And he does finish the Hurricane Pike now. We'll call on Dendi. This is a very big kill. They do get him.
Wow, no deny even. And they are going to end up losing the axe, but you take that every day of the week. They are not actually going to get this tier 3 tower, I don't think. Maybe they do. But with everybody back up, and I guess Dendi coming back in as well, that's a scary part. All right, Echo Slam is available if they can find the right angle, if they can open up onto Na'Vi. Na'Vi sticking around. Now they need to get out without losing anybody. Static Storm had already been used as well.
Looks like they want to stay. No, they're going to leave finally.
Yeah, Aegis is dead in 30 seconds. They need to get out.
That feels better.
All right, well that's pretty good for the that's pretty good for the first Aegis of the game.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Now he has BKB as well, and they're going to be able to take down these shrines, giving themselves a very nice net worth lead. They're already 17k up. That's a pretty damn big lead for 24 minutes.
Yeah, that's insane. All right, Aegis down. A smoke gank coming from Team Empire. And Radiant, read them like a book. They know exactly... Oh, wait, no, wrong one. That's the other scan. They don't read them like a book. They don't see anything. As a matter of fact. So... looks like Empire aren't going to be able to find anybody here. They probably have an idea that they're over there on their hill. And in the meantime, Creepwave is going to start to push out from the bottom lane. Do you think that Na'Vi need to wait for the next round of Aegis before they try and pressure again for high ground, or?
It's kind of hard to say. I feel like they're just so far ahead right now. Do they really need it to break it? I think they can like slowly siege, right? Or I guess if you want to play it really safe, you just wait for pickoffs and just keep farming up the Empire map. Drop some aggressive wards so that you can see where Empire are moving out to farm.
Yeah. Chappie maybe baiting this out here. General's up on the high ground. Empire don't have vision of the map, but now seeing that rocket flare, they should know that General is up here. So what's the item that you really need to wait for on Empire that helps to turn it around for them? Is there one really, or like it feels like they have all of those main core items that they need to take an engagement now?
Yeah, I feel like they pretty much have everything. Maybe I think the biggest issue right now is that Phantom Lancer doesn't really have anything.
Right.
So if you can get at least an item or so, then maybe they stand a better chance, but until then, not really.
I mean, in comparison to the Bloodseeker, it's a completely different story. Radiant's BKB and a plate mail versus Diffusal Blade Treads. But a call forward, able to catch onto one. This is a decent beginning. God, this Clockwork is just so freaking tanky, though. General Blade Mail already there, and the Laguna Blade comes out. Maposhka is gone. So too will be Axe as he ends up being found. FN trying to deal the damage. It was never going to be enough. Chappie, the lone survivor, but not for long as GG gets called. And Na'Vi strike back in game number 2.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wow, if FN doesn't have a good game, it seems like Empire just crumble. I'm very impressed though. I did not expect it to be that one-sided. Na'Vi showing off that Roger Enchantress. I'm pretty certain that Team Empire are gonna respect ban it. I don't think they'll let it through. If they do let it through, they better have a good answer for it, because they didn't have the best answer for it. They were probably just hoping to outmaneuver him with the vision that they had, but that clearly was not the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like he did so much in the early game and was able to get in a decent time. Midas made sure that PL couldn't get anything, and that was the big problem that we identified as the the issue. And what you're saying right now for FN, maybe don't pick Viper, because that way, you know, Chappie doesn't have to go mid.